Mon ami Fernando, je suis ravi de t'avoir avec moi aujourd'hui pour cette interview.
Merci à toi pour l'invitation. Toujours un plaisir d'être là et surtout à côté de toi.
C'est génial, c'est génial, je suis ravi. Introduce you my friend, Fernando. We are working together, ITI France, you are working together all the time. It's a very good friend of mine and thanks a lot for this interview. It's a total improvisation.
Thank you for your invitation, Sepehr. Thank you.
Total
improvisation. You're very kind to have me here.
First, you have to decide. You have to talk in English, in French,
or in Portuguese.
Portuguese, I'm not, my
or even in Persian.
In Persian. I think my Portuguese, it's like your Persian.
Probably. Or your Portuguese is probably better than my Persian.
Obrigado.
You're welcome, my friend.
We start in English and sometimes in French, we will see.
Okay.
But I think it's very important now for the ITI, it's international. So
yeah, it is. This is the reason
you agree?
Yes. We are enjoying to be a part of this huge international group for our implantology. And have you as head of France, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be part of this group, the French group. Thank you very much for accepting me inside the group.
Thanks, my friend. It's my pleasure, of course. And I have to tell that we are in Brazil now. We are in Brazil.
Yes.
It's a congress. It's a maxillofacial congress.
Are you enjoying?
Fantastic. Fantastic congress, fantastic trip, because it was a Brazil tour for me.
Yeah, it is also. You spent some time.
Yeah.
Different cities.
4 cities.
Yeah, Curitiba. First Rio de Janeiro, first Rio, then Curitiba, then you went to Manaus.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Amazonia.
And you did a trip, the river trip. It's fantastic. And then here now, Belém. Belém do Pará. Belém is a lovely city, isn't it? It's hot. It's hot here at this time. But you know, yes, it's and we are in the winter. We are in the winter, but there's really no winter in Brazil, and it's all like this sunny and very hot. It's probably I don't know. It's 3 p.m. and it's very hot.
Yeah.
29, 30 degrees.
I have to tell you, I really appreciate this trip. I really would want to come back again because it's a fantastic country. Fantastic, your country is so beautiful with nice people.
Thank you.
Nice food, of course.
Yes.
And it was a road trip. I mean, it was about ITI, many study clubs.
Different study clubs. Different cultures, different kind of micro cultures inside Brazil.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Different accents. People speaking Portuguese, but with different accents. This is
sometimes my presentation, my lecture was translated in Portuguese. So it was very interesting for me to speak English for some people at the same time with the translation in Portuguese. It was very interesting.
Yes, it is.
Very interesting, and as you said, very different culture.
Almost like France. France is always a big country with different regional cultures, typical regional cultures, and I love it also.
Brazil is so big.
Yeah, it is. It's
so big. I have to tell you one very funny story because a friend of mine, I was in Rio and a friend of mine said, we are very close. And when I checked, I just checked out the distance between the 2 cities, it was 6 hours by car. Yes. And for her, it was so close. In France, with 6 hours, you are in another country.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's funny.
Yes.
So everything is huge here.
It is. It's a very huge country. It's a continental country.
Yeah.
Like US.
So we did some lectures for different ITI study clubs, and at the same time in the maxillofacial congress. So it was a great honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you here. Would you like to thank you for accepting?
Thanks, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm very happy because I had a lot of nice feedback about the
people
lectures.
The audience love your lectures. They are really impressed with your work. Beautiful work. Yeah, it's not easy when you came from another country trying to explain your culture, the way you do things in a country that also do the same thing that you do.
Absolutely.
Sometimes different approach, different tools, and you showed us very well. Thank you for showing your savoir-faire.
Whoa.
Your savoir-faire. This is
You know, this interview was very important for me, I have to tell you, because I feel very lucky to have you in France with all of us. No, I really,
You're very kind.
You know this, I'm talking with my heart, and for me it was very important for me to show to the people who you are, because
I'm Fernando. Just you can call me Fernando.
You are Fernando. I know you very well. You know this. In few seconds, I appreciated you, and you know, it was a matching. You know, like a digital workflow.
Yeah. Yes, we need to match. Also,
it was a perfect matching.
Probably we have the same way to see things. Yes, and we share the same philosophy of life.
Yes. Absolutely.
To profit of this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity to be in here, to be in alive, good health. And this is, we need to think simple.
Absolutely.
And you show us, you do complex case, but you think simple. You need to think simple even if you are doing complex things.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Obrigado. Again, very important for me to make people to discover you and to get better, and because for in France you are very active, you are very kind, of course, but I think people in France, even in ITI, don't know you very well. I mean, Fernando
I'm
is
discreet.
You are discreet, but Fernando, it's your interview, but I have to speak about it. So Fernando, just to summarize, it's a fantastic surgeon first, a maxillofacial surgeon. I know this before, and it's clearer now in Brazil because you
met my friends. This is it.
Not only your friends, and you have a lot, but that's the reason. I mean, you have a fantastic reputation. It's crazy. We are in a very big country. You are not in France. It's a big country, biggest country. Yes. And at the same time, you have a fantastic reputation. No one talk negatively about you. Everyone speaks about your level of surgeries, which kind of fantastic professor you were. I met some of your disciples and your students, and they are, you are like a god for them.
Probably.
Really.
I help them.
So it means, you can see the level of this guy, the level of the surgeon and the maxillofacial surgeon, and the level of the professor. That's why it was very important for me. If Fernando is not a simple guy in France and just in the ITI. So that's the reason, and I said you before, you are so lucky to have this kind of character, this kind of surgeon in the ITI France. Fantastic.
Like you, I try to be humble. I think
you do it very well.
Yeah, I try to be humble. It's
you are more humble than me.
No,
we
are both humble. You do a fantastic job. You say all the skills to Sepehr, the person you're close to us. You're not someone that don't speak to us. You're close to everyone, and people really love your work and your energy.
Again, you're talking about me. Talking about you. Please.
Tell
me your story.
Well, I came from Rio de Janeiro. It's not an easy city. I was lucky to be in I think it's the most wealthy part of the city. There are parts of the city, part of the village of Rio de Janeiro that are very poor. I work with poor people. I work as a maxillofacial surgeon, one of the biggest hospitals in a peripheral region of Rio de Janeiro. I saw terrible things. I tried to help people during this period. It was
by the way, it changed you.
Yeah, it changed me a lot, because I saw we have this kind of two types of Brazil. There was a very healthy Brazil, the Brazil that we love, we saw in films. It's the country of we can have this wonderful sightseeing views, the beaches, and and the landscape, and also beautiful places to go to visit. But there is people that are struggling to have their
just to live.
just to live simple things. I understood this. We need to think simple. We need to, and also that because when we are not humble, we think we can change things. And this is I learned from this period on this very poor region where we had this hospital. It's impossible to give someone more than this one wants to have back.
Absolutely.
And a teacher of mine told me and taught me that the present, give someone a present, but the present it belongs to someone, to the person you're giving. You don't possess it. You don't have it. You need to choose what you give. Sometimes we think we are giving something fantastic, but it's not. It's not the good gift. You need to understand. You need to be humble to understand what is the gift you need to give to someone. For surgery gift or whatever it is. I learned from this. I'm learning a lot from this. And on my personal life and my professional life, I learned a lot from being very close for these people on suffering. And this was part of my experience in Brazil.
By the way, thanks to you, I saw the different part of Brazil, the different part of Rio.
I walk around, you saw the different kinds.
It was really
the favelas and the people living in very nice and fancy buildings.
But at the same time, we saw some, as you said, some people struggling just to live.
They're lying on the floor, middle of the street, and they're Brazilians.
And
they're not
danger.
Sometimes it's a little bit.
That's the life.
This is the life in Rio. You need to be alert.
And so when you decided to come in France, because I know the situation. First, no one is prophet in his own country, but you was. But I know it's more difficult to be a prophet in another land.
It is.
So it means it was very difficult. I think you struggled to come in France with the family and to find your new place.
You need to be open, I think. You need to be open and also humble. You need to be open to restart from practically from zero. But you need to have help by your family, by your wife, of course, friends. And I had the support, I think, at the time I had the support I needed to be able to do what I did. I think this was possible because I had some support from friends, from family, and for the ones who love me and still love me till now. And it was not an easy decision, but I think it was probably the right decision because I'm also very curious about things. And probably it was my curiosity who helped me to at the beginning struggle a little bit, but was the reason I really helped me to achieve what I achieved on France. It's not only the culture, as you said. I think it's the language, the culture, and there is you need to learn some ways of doing things, different ways of doing the same thing I learned when I was at this very poor area working at the hospital, that you need to learn that there's a local way to act, a local way to do things, and you need to work probably as fast as you learn, probably as successful you'll be in this area. I'm still learning. I'm curious, but I think I'm still learning on knowing all the cultures, and you were giving me a very nice opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you for all ITI group in France that accepted me, because it's a very nice opportunity. As I said, this is a road, but we have two ways. I'm learning. I'm offering some kind of my skills, but I'm also learning a lot. Thank you for
again, I think not many people know your level as a surgeon, your level as a professor, and I think it's time. Now time is over. Everybody must know your level on surgery and level as professor, and that's why it's very important for me to have someone like you, close to me, close to our team, close to the ITI team, that it's just fantastic.
It's an honor. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And you know, something else very, very interesting. When I started my, as a chairman of ITI France, my goal was to have all the people around the smile of the patient all together. I want to have in the ITI prosthodontists, implantologists, dentists, maxillofacial surgeons, oral surgeons, laboratory nurses, and it's really important because we are all working in the same direction.
For our patients, for the good of our patients, for a good rehabilitation of our patients.
Absolutely. And I had teamwork. I had 3 goals. One was to have this kind of team, very close-knit team all together. Second, it was to have some people like you, from another field, like maxillofacial surgery, to create this very powerful philosophy. And third,
think outside the box also.
Absolutely.
I have my kind of vision on things, and you have yours. And this is wonderful. It is possible in France. I think the French culture is a French culture where we can think other way. We don't need to agree to be friends. In other countries, like I'm from a country, Brazil. It's you need to be the champion. You don't have second places, or yes, you need to be the first. The second one, it's not so good as the first, but the second one work hard as the first and as hard the third. But in France, it's wonderful because we can accept someone different from you, and we can have a very nice conversation on the table. If we sit together and we start exchanging, we need. It's part of the French culture. You need to accept someone who doesn't agree with you.
I respectfully disagree. You know me, I'm a little bit how to say it, very straight. A straight shooter, and I'm not totally agree with you, because I think if you are a stranger in France, you have to be the best.
Better than others.
You have to. I really think.
I'm lucky that we are what we are. Thank you. I'm lucky that we are what we are.
I think it's an obligation. We are forced to do everything better, I think. But I know your philosophy, and just the third point, my third goal.
We already here.
My third goal, it was to have this community all together. Second, to having some people with a very high level. It was my second goal, but very humble at the same time. High level and humble. And third, it was about to be able to have international speakers to show France outside of France, on international stages, to have ambassadors.
We have a huge potential in France. I agree with you.
But
it's very, very nice.
We need ambassadors, and at the same time, ambassadors, and we need to have some people being to be the reference for the other people, and that's why it's very important for me to have you in my team. I'm so happy about this.
I'm also happy to be part of the team. It's a very nice team. We have the fellows. During the fellows meeting, we have a very nice, it's fantastic, very nice energy. There is a very nice exchange, talking, and it's a very good time we spend together.
Again, it's the very powerful thing from ITI to be all together, and at the same time to have this international connection, to go to the other countries, to meet different people, to meet different philosophy, and to learn from them. Like in Brazil, right here, I learned a lot about the organization of the ITI in Brazil. It gave us some ideas.
It is. We learn. Yeah, as I said, we need to be open to all this.
Absolutely.
We need to be open. We need to give us this opportunity to learn, and to accept different things. This is why I say this is what I love from the French culture. You need really to accept different things. I don't know if it's not an obligation, but it's somehow a philosophy. I love it.
You are a very nice ambassador.
I think it works in me. I think, okay, you're this way. Well,
you must be the ambassador of France in Brazil. I'm not talking about implantology.
Send me to London. Send me to London. It's not so far. I would love to be in London as an ambassador. London, New York, something like this. Even New Zealand. I love New Zealand also.
Yeah, me too.
Also,
want to go. Yeah, you would like to go in
New Zealand is.
Yeah. Tell me more about you and your activity now. You have your private practice now?
I have my private practice at Lyon, city of Lyon, Lyon itself.
Doing maxillofacial surgery?
No,
or
oral surgery. Oral surgery. Only oral, implantology and oral surgery.
Okay.
Oral. It's very nice. It's something I succeeded to have in my private office, my way to work.
And your way to work is digital workflow.
Yeah, I do a lot.
Very high level.
Yeah, I do a lot of digital. I work with some good guys who does the digital part.
You have a very modern activity, very modern implantology.
Yeah, the guy who does it is very good. And yeah, also I have this opportunity to have my own practice, and during my own this private practice, I can practice as I practiced it in Brazil at the time. I had my own private practice in Rio. I was the owner of my practice in Rio. I was, as you said, professor at the university, and I had this training course on maxillofacial surgery also at the hospital. I worked in these 3 different places, and it was a very nice period of my life during all this. This it's over. Now I have only my private practice in Lyon, but it's very nice. But I can still be focused on the things that I do my way, and the oral surgery that I learned here from very good professors in Brazil. And I see that the people are liking my patients are like the way I do things. As we learn from ITI, straightforward, following the guidelines, being fair, being correct with our patients, being human.
Yes,
exactly.
So I'm saying again, and because you are humble, and I have to say this for you. How lucky we are in France to have one guy like you. In the ITI.
I'm lucky also to have you.
In the ITI, with your background, with your experience as a maxillofacial surgeon in Rio, it's a high level. I know this. To have this kind of oral surgeon for the patients, so the patients are lucky. ITI is lucky, and so you are all lucky. In the name of France, my friend. You are lucky to have you.
Yeah. Also true. I am lucky to be here also with you. But it's a very nice friend of us, Armic Mination. He also says.
Special kiss to Armic.
Armic always says, if you can do it, if you're very good at doing great things or complex things, you can do easy.
Yeah.
You can do easy things.
That's right. Before finishing this interview, my question about your, when you leave Brazil and come in France, it was for you or for your kids?
Oh, tricky question. I think no, tricky question because I think it's for both. As I said, I'm curious, and probably it's yes. My wife asked me if we have kids, it's better to have them in another country. I think she felt safer.
Okay.
And this is one thing, but it's not only about family. I think when you're going to another country going to be expatriated, I think you need to think first on you, and it's why you're saying first do things simple. You are comfortable doing this, okay. And I was comfortable. To answer the question, I was comfortable. I was curious. I was okay. We'll try. But you need to be able to do it, as you say. But to be able to do, you need to be open. You need to be also. This is what I'm saying. Curious. This is as I say.
And it's about to accept to
start from zero.
So you practice in Rio.
Yeah.
Professor in the university.
Yeah.
And you start as a student in the maxillofacial series.
I gave up.
Come on. Well, I'm not sure I will be able to do it.
I think for a good cause. I'm here.
Yeah, but I think with this background, you have to start as a student. I think I will maybe kill some professor in the service. I think
No.
I'm a little bit more aggressive than you, maybe.
And to answer Also, at the end, it was also for the kids. The kids, they both had kids in Paris. Was the first village when the first city when we arrived in France. We had both kids in France, in Paris, France, and then we moved to Lyon after that period. We had some struggle in Paris with terrorism in Paris. It was this period that when we thought on changing because Paris was a little bit not so safer than we thought.
Life is crazy. Life is a joke. I mean, you live Brazil and France for the security of your kids
and then
terrorists.
And we understood that it was not so safer in Paris. Then we search for another city that will
try Saint-Dié. Saint-Dié is quiet.
It's calm. Okay, probably the next stop. Saint-Dié. Thank you.
And now your kids are happy?
Yeah, very happy. They
perfectly adapted to the.
Yeah, of course. They grow up in France. They grow up in France. They speak of course, better than me French. They speak very good French. Of course, they do a lot.
And they say you when you make some mistakes.
Yes, they try to correct me my speaking. Yes, when we speak it not like this, daddy. You need.
Sale gosse.
Oui, les filles sont comme ça. Les filles, elles sont impossibles. Elles me font des petites corrections, elles me disent non, mais c'est pas comme ça.
Mon fils, pareil, il me reprend quand je me trompe dans les le, la. Il me dit, c'est facile.
Et le pluriel aussi, c'est pas facile. Mais bon, on arrête en français.
Forget about it.
Okay. So, this is it. Yes, and when they speak Portuguese, they have a French. You see, I speak French with a Brazilian accent. They speak Portuguese with a French accent.
Perfect.
And this is perfect. And I do correct them.
Yeah.
You're not this way. In Portuguese, we don't see that. We don't say this. We try to just direct translation from that. It's wonderful. It's fun. I love it. It's very nice. It's very nice to see your child growing happier, even if you're not on your own country. But we keep Portuguese as the official language of our house. Our house. Our home. We only speak.
It's important.
Yes, we
keep this culture.
We keep the culture and the Portuguese as the.
It doesn't mean the kids won't be adapted to the French life. It doesn't mean this. It means they will keep their culture. At the same time, they will develop the French culture. So it's very important to keep both of them.
Yes, we say this. Our home is the embassy of Ipanema.
Oh,
it's the embassy of Ipanema. We have an embassy in Lyon.
Now I love Ipanema.
Ipanema, you love it. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we saw the sunset. You remember we saw the sunset in Ipanema. It's wonderful.
Not only the sunset, but yeah.
But yes, everything is
fantastic.
It's nicer. It's nicer in Ipanema. I told you, love it.
You know, now I lost my mind. I know you saw a lot of sad things, Brazil, in Rio.
Yes.
Before leaving Brazil, yes. I know this. Now, are you happy in your life? Are you a happy man?
Of course I am. I have very nice friends. Thank you to be my friend. I have, I think, quieter or easier life here. Things are, well, in Lyon, we are closed from the work. We're closed for the girls' school and activities, and I think we have a better what we call is better feeling of being being, and I think it's safer and it's calm. We are enjoying. Me, my wife, and kids are enjoying to spending this time and to being accepted also, because this is what you're saying. It's not only your wealth or to feel well in a place. It's to be accepted also. It's to be accepted, and we manage to be accepted also. And it's not an easy thing, because sometimes to be accepted, you need to accept the others also. Yeah, to be open to this, and I think this is the philosophy that helps us to be open and to accept things, to be accepted also.
And you are, my friend. thank you for this interview. I think it was really interesting and an amazing interview, and I hope you a long life. And
so do you, like Spock said, live longer, live safer longer?
Yeah.
You know, I love Spock. I love him.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sepehr.